Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. So for today, I want to carry off of last week, and also forgive me, it's more difficult to talk today than I thought it would be. I had a minor surgery under my chin to remove a cyst yesterday, probably TMI, but if you notice this patch or me kind of mumbling, that is why. So haven't recorded any Clearmud videos this week because this just happened. Today's normally a very big filming day, but I couldn't string together, any good sentences for the sake of a long form video. So I'm gonna rest for a few days and record this weekend instead. But I didn't want to sacrifice the live streams. I wanted to at least come on here, be consistent, and continue working on what we were working on last week. Excuse me. So let's spin up Claude here and hit continue in this directory. Should continue our session from last week. Perfect. And we're in web. Let's do run dev to get the dev server up and running. 5173. Let me open up Google Chrome. Perfect. So I really love the progress that we made last week, and I want to continue down this path of turning this into Clearmud.app. This is an idea I've had, right? I reserved this domain. It was originally Clearmud's domain until I was like, you know what, let me bite the bullet and buy Clearmud.ai. But Clearmud.app, I'm going to turn into this. It's going to be for personal use at first, but I think, long term we can launch this into a SaaS product. But essentially what I've been building on long forms, I'm going to put all into this domain with this kind of nice interface here that you can toggle between all the different, applications that we build out. So, but before we continue, right, I started doing all of this in Repurpose OS's root directory. I want to talk to Claude to see the best approach to explain more in detail what I want to accomplish and how everything's kind of structured. So let's start there first. Hey Claude, I love where we're at. I'd love your thoughts on the following. I would like to actually turn this new app that we've stumbled across into its own project called Clearmud.app. It's going to be hosted on that domain. At first, it's going to be for private use, but I think there will be some interest in an opportunity to turn this into a paid product. Now, the way that everything's configured, for example, we built this out within Repurpose OS's directory, right? If you scan the code base, you'll see that. I have other applications that I've also built that are in their own individual project folders. What is your recommendation moving forward? Should we generate a PRD based off of the work that we've done in this directory and then spin up a whole new project under a blank folder called Clearmud.app? Really want to figure out the best approach to take so that I can incorporate my YouTube script generator app, as well as the live stream metadata timestamping app, and then the Ideation app. They all have their own project folders. Correction. Clearmud-OS is its own project folder with multiple commands, which currently YouTube script generation and live stream metadata generation run out of that one application. Ask me any questions you need to give me a proper, the most effective, right, route moving forward, right, with what we want to accomplish here. And I think that's a good place to start. And as you can see down here in this terminal, I've already spun up a new folder, and there's, I think, just an image in there. Let's go and check. Yeah, and we can actually move that to trash. We don't need that. So it's now blank. Yeah, and I think this is going to be the focus of our live streams because I really loved how this came together, and I'd love to put it all in one, right? But I want Claude's suggestion as far as like, what should we do? How should we do it? And I should probably check to make sure that we're live, shouldn't I? Let's see. I really love how this came together, and perfect. Oh, look at that. It's exploring the other directory as well. Wonderful. And then what did I call that? Dev Clearmud. Okay, it's not going to be in there. I think it would be under projects. No, I guess it was under demos. Let me... Ideation app. Yeah, this is it. So let me grab. I guess we'll just copy this to Clearmud. Throw this in company for now. And to add, I noticed you're scanning Clearmud OS directory. I just copied in the Ideation app that we built that I want to fine tune and put into this as well. It should be under the company directory and then Ideation _ app or Ideation -app. Rename Ideation app. And let me make sure I put in that prompt in there as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing the most optimal route, right? Claude's going to tell us, but it's essentially creating a PRD that creates a whole new app. And then I might have to migrate those project directories underneath, you know, another subfolder within that new structure. I'm not entirely sure. That would be my guess. Oh, and you know what? I should actually stop it and make sure we're on Opus. Yeah, we are. Okay. Continue. Let's do full web. Has to implement for the paid product version. Yeah, we'll decide later since this is personal use at first. I would say go for what you recommend. I really like the idea of using Convex for this project. Also, I'm going to stop you right there. So Repurpose OS originally was just like Clearmud OS. It was a Claude Code CLI only. But then, you know, based off of our last session together, we converted it into, you know, a web-based interface that still works, right? As it would in the CLI. It's just now we have a fancy new front end for it. And keep Clearmud-web out of it. That's a completely separate project and separate, that's just for our front end website. Yeah, and exactly, right? That way, if I ever want to improve on the system, I can still do it in that project directory CLI. And then I'm not sure how this would work with our front end. Would the front end automatically pick up on any new commands within that? Or would we have to manually come in here, create a new session, and incorporate those new commands into the front end? Manually integration, current repurpose pattern, custom built for each command. CLI is backend. Config. Kind of like option B, if I'm being honest. I have a feeling option C is going to require us to reconfigure a lot of it, but I'm going to go with this recommendations. And we can always, you know, revert back. I'll go with your recommendations here on And I'm thinking before I do this, I should also fine tune each project folder as well, because I want things named a little bit differently. But it's already getting to work here, so I'm gonna let it do its thing. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Wants to do everything for me, which is great. So before we get started, I would like to optimize those other project directories and possibly rename them. That way you don't have to go through and make those changes after you've already, you know, set everything up here. I'm just thinking out loud here. So I'm essentially asking it, I want the kebab case. Yeah, I mean, content ops, I like that actually a lot. Rename to Ideation. And then I think we should rename Repurpose as well. Video to social. Like video to social, it's got a nice ring to it. Video repurpose. Let's see. I know I shouldn't spend so much time on a name. It's so trivial, but I kind of like video to social, so we're gonna do that. Hey, what's up, Gator? Thanks for tuning in. Nice, nice. Hey, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Let me know, any feedback you have on those. That first Claude Code Anti-Gravity video was my round 1. I did a round 2, and I'm actually going to be recording a round 3 as well. Forgive me if I'm mumbling here. I haven't recorded videos this week because I had a minor surgery under my chin yesterday, and it's still very, very fresh, very difficult to talk, string together sentences like I normally can. So I had to put all video creation on hold until the weekend. I should be well enough to, at least I hope. I'm gonna make sure I just eat soup every day. I did not imagine this minor surgery to affect like my tongue movement as much as it is in my jaw. But yeah, so not to get off topic is I do have a round 3 where we're gonna get very, very specific. I know in rounds 1 and 2, I did not generate a PRD ahead of time. I have a feeling had I done so, and this was based off of a comment, that I feel like Gemini 3 would have performed a lot better. But, I made those videos from the perspective of a beginner, and most beginners don't know to generate a product requirements doc. So when I record round 3, I'm actually going to go back to using anti-gravity, but then make sure I use Gemini 3 Pro, and then using Claude Code probably within a terminal like I am here. But I wanted to be consistent with live streaming and make sure that regardless of this and my lack of ability to talk right now, that I at least continue building each week live in public. And last week we came across this, I was creating a front end for one of my CLI content kind of repurpose apps that I built in a past YouTube video. I show the step-by-step process of how to build it. And I came across this idea to, I've been squatting on this domain, Clearmud.app, and I want to put together all of the different CLI interfaces or operating systems, quote unquote, that I've created. Automation tools is probably a better way to describe them, into this front end interface. But before we continue, I did this for Repurpose, and I loved, the progress that we made during last week's live stream. But now I want to do things properly and, scaffold out a completely new directory that's going to have links to each application that has their own set of commands. That way I can still go within each, project via Claude Code and, update each individual kind of like logic, if you will. So that's what today's live stream is all about. Is we're not moving forward with this front end within this project directory, right? Because I just don't like how it's structured. Right now we're planning with Claude Opus 4.5 to figure out the best route based off of how everything's set up within different project directories. So sorry to go off on a I guess tangent, if you will. I just wanted to kind of catch you up on everything if you're just tuning into this live stream. But thank you for being here. What's up, Luke? Yeah, and any questions you have, Gator, like if you want to see me compare something else or make another video, that's one thing I really want to focus on here on this channel, is making content for you. right? Anybody who asks questions, anybody who has questions, anybody who wants me to test anything, I'm happy to do that research, to bang my head against a brick wall, so to speak, to kind of figure things out and then make a video for you and then post that. So if you have any specific questions at all, I haven't obviously recorded round 3 yet. I'm probably at this rate only going to record it next week. I'll give you guys a sneak peek into what's in the pipeline here. These 2 are ready to film. This one I just need to make a thumbnail, so it's practically ready to film. And then round 3 is the script I'm working on right now. So there's pretty much 4 videos in the queue that I'm gonna record at least these 2 this weekend. That way they'll go live partly next week and then the week after. But yeah, any ideas you have, I'm happy to make a video for you. Hope you're doing well, Luke. Thanks for tuning in. Sheesh, the more I talk, the more that it like lights on fire. Jeez. All right. Oh, nice. Yeah. I personally love Anti-Gravity's IDE. I love their playground section and the fact that I can, just the way it's all organized. I built out a lot of free websites for old clients and potential new clients. And I did it all with an Anti-Gravity during the Claude Code and the Web kind of promo where they handed out a whole bunch of free credits to Pro and Max plans. And Anti-Gravity was all I used for like 10 days straight. So I love that. Okay. Yeah, it does. I agree. Yeah, and they're all, you're going to learn, they're all kind of the same, right? VS Code, Windsurf look very similar, but one thing you'll also learn is Google acquired Windsurf. So Anti-Gravity, if you put Windsurf and Anti-Gravity next to each other, they're kind of very, very similar, right? It's based off of, they built it based off of, their acquisition of Windsurf. So yeah, I think it's just finding your favorite and rolling with it. I've been finding myself, I still work out of the free version of Cursor. I did a pro trial for round 2's comparison where I compared building a project using Gemini 3 Pro and then Claude Opus 4.5 all within Cursor's agent mode. And I had to, either have a pro subscription or set up a pro trial. And I was able to reinstall Cursor on my machine to get a free 14-day trial for that. So I didn't have to spend money, which was nice. But I think it boils down to preference. I started using the terminal more and more when I don't need to see the file structure on my left-hand side, because that's all I really kind of liked in IDE 4 was, and yes, you can preview, the documents as well. But I find myself lately working out of Obsidian, which, if you set up an Obsidian Vault, which you essentially just open a folder, you see all underlying projects in their directories, right? So me working out of the terminal in Obsidian has been working great. But there's still other projects I work on that, it's Cursor's my primary. Those client sites, as I mentioned, I still work out of Anti-Gravity because I love the whole sandbox playground agent mode feature that you can just spin up a whole bunch of different sessions and you have them all on that left-hand menu bar, which is awesome. All right, let me see. So it wants to rename everything for me. What I'm going to do just for peace of mind, is I want to, where is it? I want to compress. I want to compress just to back up this directory in its current state That way, if Claude does anything crazy, I at least have that root directory saved. Okay, I'm just gonna trust it. Yes, and auto accept edits. Let's go. All right, let me also spin up Convex. I can't remember if it was convex.com or .dev. It's .dev. Let me log in really quickly in Google Chrome. Okay. And I had only played with Convex once before. It was for the Geo extension. You know, not yet, Gator. It's on my list to test first before I even think about making a video for it. But, you know, I think it's got its use cases for certain things. But I just, personally, I don't want to give Claude access to folders like that, at least not yet. So I'm going to continue consuming and just learning how people are using co-work, you know, in their day-to-day flows, in unique use cases. That's a long answer, but short answer, no, I have not personally. Okay, nice. Yeah, one thing I learned is I originally had my dev folder on my desktop and I synced it, you know, as a Google Drive folder. But I ran into this weird bug where my Google Drive just never synced after that. I don't know if you run into it, but when you're actively working on a project and Google Drive's trying to sync all the changes, I had this weird issue pop up. So now I only back up my dev directory every once in a while, and then anything that is critical to have backups, I generally have a repository on GitHub that, you know, with each new change, right, it gets pushed to that repo. So it's backed up there. But my dev directory that's locally on my machine, because of that weird bug that I ran into, I only back this up manually, you know, once a week or once a month, whenever I feel like I need to. But as I mentioned, you know, all the important stuff, I have a GitHub repo that's generally private unless it's something I want to share. And I back things up that way. But I could see, I don't know, I could see a use case for giving co-work access to your Google Drive, you know, directory, at least locally, and then reorganizing things. I've seen people kind of use it in that sense of reorganizing just your bulk of your desktop. Like my desktop, it fills up quite a bit from time to time, and then I just drag things into this clean desktop folder, and it's a mess in here. So maybe I'll do a fun use case where it goes and pulls apart this clean desktop that is just, you know, the only reason it's called that is because I moved things into there to clean up my desktop. So, all right, let's pull up this project and let me make sure I give it. Okay, I mean, it's going to get to work here. And on second thought, let's call Ideation app YouTube Ideation, please. In addition to that, you know, as you're initializing, make sure you use the design skill of yours to make sure that, you know, things don't look too generic, please. Did that not just, oh, that's a bummer. And as you're starting to initialize, make sure you use the design skill that you have to make sure that things don't look too generic, please. But also, you know, all the work that we did on Repurpose OS, I think it should look very similar to that structure in the scaffolding. Oh, that's a bummer. That's funny. It got that. And it's gonna get to work. I just kind of want to go to, whoops. It's doing its thing. And I can actually new folder backups. Just throw that in there. Okay. Rename content ops. Rename YouTube ideation. And I just want to lowercase all that there. It's technically separate, but all right, I've renamed those folders, and I also went ahead and created a project on Convex. I'm going to paste in that URL. Let me know what else you need. It's going to that old, remember we renamed that folder. You're looking for Repurpose OS. Didn't I already create that? Oh, that's right. It's in my projects directory. so then I can close out of that session there. Okay. And I guess I can close that, shift down. It's good. It has our primary brand color. Love to see that. We'll see how it does. I'm really hoping it nails it on this migration. Let's see. Just on one so far. And what's awesome about the structure is I can continue to work on these in their own individual CLI, and changes that I make will be linked to Clearmud.app as well. At least that's my understanding of how it's setting everything up. So this, I feel like I should move that, but I'll leave that for now. Ooh, I cannot wait to make some soup later. Just with how hard it is to chew, my goodness. And we're just gonna blindly accept. I trust Opus 4.5 to do the right thing here, especially after us planning it. Nice. Okay, already here right now, so we're gonna bun install. Can remove that. All right. Choose existing project, Clearmud.app. Then in a separate terminal, okay. Wow. Just do that. Convex functions ready. Run dev. All right, what's ready? Shell with blue good background, app switcher dropdown with 3 apps configured. We know what's running. We continue building out the functionality. All right, let's take a look, shall we? Okay, one little critique here is, but look at this. Wonderful. Content ops. Oh, look at that. It pulled all of our commands. I primarily just use YouTube script and live streams. Interesting. I'm going to have to test these. YouTube ideation. Oh, I'm loving what it's done here. Now, I might have to also, this was my old way of writing. I mean, not old way. I currently use this method to write my YouTube scripts. But this new app that I built for specifically for ideation, it also generates scripts. So I might have to marry those two at some point, right? Probably a better word to use, but as I mentioned before, today it's tough to talk, so. Okay, we've already tested this in last week's live stream. Loving how this is looking. Don't like how it keeps putting in capital M on Clearmud. One minor critique. It's Clearmud with a capital C. There's no capital M. Okay. Looks like it's, I mean, looks like the basics are working. Let's run a quick test, shall we? Yeah, let's run a quick test. First, having it update. Awesome, thank you. So it's running. Let's continue building out the functionality. Would you like me to test each individual app, or is there something we need to do to make sure they all work? I guess let's just start from the top. Doesn't really matter which one we build out first, because I'm not worried about using this right away, right? We're building this during the live stream, so whenever we finish building in public is when I start using it internally. What's great is I can still go back and use all my original operating systems or automation tools in the CLI in their project directories. So I love how we can see Convex's logs right here. That's so great. You know, I built out this other tool that it's pretty much ready to launch. I just need to do some smoke tests over the coming days. It's using Supabase, and I've had so many issues, but to migrate it from Supabase to Convex, it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather just launch the damn audit tool. It's been months in the making, so. But this is going to be some fun experience working with Convex. I have been aware of it for quite a few months. The first person I heard talk about it was Razmik, I think. Razmik? Yeah, this dude. Saw him on some show, and then I started following him. Some great content, but he's been pushing Convex for quite some time. And now I'm, you know, I know Theo as well is pushing it as well. If I'm not mistaken, TOGG, you just made a video recently, right? Oh, this reminds me. I gotta play with that. Yeah, one day ago, it's time to change your database. But he also made a video about it a while back. But great content. I love tuning into his live streams. All right. You know, I really wish I didn't run. What I'll do next week on next week's live stream is we'll run this live stream command for today's live stream, and I'll show you essentially what this command does. If you'll notice on our channel, the bio is always just temporary. Really wish I did, right? I put this, and by the way, everyone, thank you for using my referral link. I currently have 7 free months of Whisperflow, 14 unconfirmed. The other 7 people need to reach that 2,000 word cap, but that's such a huge help. It's little things like that. Thanks for clicking that link. And thanks for using it. We both get a free month if you use 2,000 words of that voice to text, which I think is awesome. So, but without further ado, let's go back to what I was trying to show you before I got sidetracked. Is if you look at past live streams, you'll see that I eventually get out a nice detailed explanation of what the live stream is about. This is all automated. I don't do this manually. The timestamps automated. And it's all automated through this CLI command I put within Clearmud's operating system, which now we're incorporating into Clearmud.app, which is this just powerhouse of tools and commands. But what it essentially does is it downloads the transcript, it picks apart, breaks it apart, gives us timestamps, gives us a summary of what was discussed, optimizes it for YouTube discovery via SEO, and then it gives me a copy paste a code block of, I can just show you actually. Let's go to, oh, I renamed everything, didn't I? Content ops, YouTube, live streams, descriptions. Let's go to this one, for example. Copy paste a YouTube description, copy paste a tags. So I just go in a few days after the live stream, because it needs at least 24 hours, I think, for the transcript to become available. Might be quicker nowadays, but I give it, usually about 2 days, and I never run into errors. And that's essentially what this command does. So if you're a big live streamer, I mean, you can build out your own automation tool for this. But what I really love about this is, you know, it pulls our voice within this text as well. Even more so our Repurpose, our video to social that we built, which is AKA Repurpose-OS, let me just show you, that I built live on this channel. This one's really cool because it goes and it downloads our transcript, analyzes our voice, sets a tone, how we communicate, and then it spits out creative for, where is it? Right here. So this was part 2. Oh, and part 1, I dropped them the same week. That's right. We're going to define the logic. So if you want to learn how I built that, just go back and watch this video and you'll see me building it from scratch. Literally, I built it live, loved it so much I started using it into my workflow. So it's pretty nifty. And then I incorporated Nano Banana Pro API for image generation within that same tool. But now we're essentially bringing together all of my most useful tools and I'm putting it into this fun front end kind of interface here that I'm eventually going to launch on Clearmud.app, but it's going to be based off of interest, right? First, this is selfishly for me. I built all of these tools selfishly for me with the idea of maybe people will find this useful, right? Huge time savers. Eventually, I think I'll do some type of SaaS product with this, but you know, for now, we're just building in public. We're having fun, answering any questions you may have. And shout out to all the live viewers. Thank you for tuning in. If you ever have any questions, if you ever want me to make a specific video, drop a comment below. Comment on any one of the videos, what you'd like to see, and I'll add it into my queue for you. Just to give you a teaser right now, these 3 are, you know, ready to be recorded. Technically 4. I just need to finish the script for round 3. But if you're tuning in late, I had this kind of minor thing done under my chin and it's affecting me talking, me eating. So I didn't record any YouTube videos this week yet because of this. I should be healed up in a few days, good enough. So this weekend I plan on recording and that way we don't miss our Tuesday and Thursday uploads at all. All right, video to social now has Convex Backend. Front end, process video. Nice, 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 nice. Lovely. It predicts just going with the flow. All I had to do is hit tab and enter. I love that. Oh yeah, and whether you're watching this live or the recording, while that's working, I want to go and show off my most recent post. Let's see, let's go your videos. Just gonna geek out with you for a second. Okay, so that one's dropping tomorrow. I just dropped this one yesterday and it's unique. I am really today we have considering dropping a mini series where I pull an idea, probably do this once a month. I don't think I would do this every week because there's other content I'd like to make, other things I'd like to record, rather than turning this into like an idea browser or Greg Eisenberg fanboy channel. That's not the goal here. But I do want to build out more idea browser apps, taking it from just the idea to the planning, to the execution, and then shipping it live. I'm really strongly considering doing at least one a month. Do that for a year straight. And that means I have 12 SaaS products that will be live from just making those videos. Let me know you're interested in that. I think that'll be fun. This video, I know I could have done better, rewatching it. It's a great video. Don't get me wrong. We had a working app. I didn't launch it. Everything's local, right? But it was just a test to see, can I build this from just screenshotting an idea browser idea that I got during the Advent 25 free ideas that he was doing, or that idea browser was doing in December for Christmas. And then that, okay, let me pull up a different window for you guys. I'm going to geek out though really quickly because it's the little things. I wasn't expecting anything, right? I didn't even realize I tagged him, but the post actually did very well. And then he did his little eyeballs thing. Where is it? Little eyeballs thing. I need to improve on my intros for sure. This whole today, I want to convert that. That's I can do better than that. But yeah, all just from tagging him. And then I put the video here. And it's probably, you know, I don't do much on Twitter. I should focus more on becoming a reply guy. It's just a way for me to funnel traffic to YouTube. YouTube is my sole purpose, like sole focus right now. So, but I do have automated scheduled posts that go live when the video goes live. So super fun there. But yeah, like I said, if you're watching the live stream or watching the recording, let me know if you want to see more like this. I really do like the idea of building that out. I just don't want to pay for Idea Browser. It's just not in my budget right now. As this channel grows, sure, maybe it's something we can budget for. But what's really cool is sign up for the newsletter and you get, you know, a preview of an idea every single day. And then you don't get to see that idea, I think, after 24 hours. It's a little different than the Advent 20, where we, you know, got all these free ideas. You can claim them and see like all the details. But it was a fun experiment. It was a fun experiment. Now, before I get sidetracked here. Interesting. Okay. Oh, we're almost at max session here. I do have a second account, but I think this is a sign. I'm going to let's run this really quickly. Hold on to fully integrate with Claude. Okay. Okay. And then let's put a, whoa, what just happened there? No, don't tell me did it just crash or close on its own? Interesting. I was just creating a new window down. Okay. video to social. And then let's Claude continue. It should pull that session, no conversations found. So then I presume, oh, that's a bummer. Claude continue. No conversations found. Damn it. That's a bummer. Interesting. Let's spin up Claude. I could have sworn there was a way to view them universally. Let me just check really quickly. Is it resume? No conversations to be found. That's because we renamed those directories, isn't it? I wonder. That's a bummer. What I don't like now is it's probably just going to resume that one. Okay, we found it. Perfect. I would imagine that's the one, right? I knew it. It's because we renamed that directory. So then I just go in, I think if we just do Clearmud.app, and then it'll resume that session that we were on. No conversations. Found a session ID. Interesting. I don't want to just create the folder. There's no contents in the folder. Hey Claude, our session crashed. I might have accidentally closed the terminal. I'm trying to reload the session. I was able to find it in using the command Claude-R. The problem is it's trying to go back to an old directory that we renamed. I'm going to give you the string here. Is there any way for us to recover the session ID here so we can continue working within this directory? And then I'm going to paste that in there. When in doubt, ask Claude. When in doubt, ask Claude. Yeah, resume it for me. You're going to see the error I'm running into, which says no conversation found for that session ID. Come on. Come on. Let's find it. Let's find it. And we've hit our limit. So I could switch to another account, but I think what we're going to do is just end the stream there. It's time for dinner. I got to rest the jaw. It's just becoming increasingly more difficult to talk. It's just on fire at this point. So I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into today's live stream. I'll make sure that I don't skip a beat when it comes to posting next week. I'm just going to have to record videos this weekend. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you're interested in seeing. I hope you're as excited as I am to continue building this in public here. I'm very excited for this app. And yeah, hope everybody has a great week ahead, great rest of the week, great weekend, and I'll catch you next week. Cheers. And thanks a lot, Luke, for the comments, and Gator. Hope to see you back. And yeah. Later.